Hello and welcome to the FoodCityBoost podcast. Today I'm joined by Agnès Lelièvre from AgroParisTech, one of the leading institutions working on sustainability and urban agriculture. We'll be discussing their work in FoodCityBoost project, specifically an assessment tool being developed called Urbanaa. Currently in early private testing, the tool is poised to transform how urban agriculture projects measure sustainability. Agnès, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
To start, could you tell us a little about AgroParisTech and how urban agriculture fits into your mission?
So AgroParisTech is a higher education and research institute. So we form around 1,000 students every year around different challenges. So we try to look at feeding a growing population, sustainably managing territories, and preserving natural resources, of course, using a lot of research and having lots of innovations. And one of our focus is also on urban agriculture, as it can work toward climate adaptations and answering the needs. So we try to make the future of agriculture be ecological, economical, and socially inclusive.
Let's talk about Urbanaa itself. What will this tool be and why is it needed?
So Urbanaa is an online sustainability assessment tool that is being designed specifically for urban agriculture and for the stakeholders. The key challenge is that there is a lack of a flexible and validated tool to assess the performance of urban agriculture. There exists tools for rural farming to look at different farms and projects, but there's nothing that is really adapted to the context and the specific constraints and levers that are found in urban agriculture. So we're designing Urbanaa to fill this gap, and it's currently in the closed alpha phase, which means that it's offline, and we're testing it with a group of early users, looking forward to releasing it online beginning of 2026.
That makes perfect sense. Many cities are experimenting with urban farming, but without a consistent way to measure impact. Who would be the main users of this platform?
So we have different kinds of stakeholders in urban agriculture. We made three kinds of groups we could be using the tool. So first, the funders, who are the ones who will be giving money, land, or technical resources, who are the ones who need to decide which projects they're going to support. And then, of course, the urban farmers, the coordinators of different farms, who will need to see if the farm is sustainable or not, or what are the main weaknesses and strengths of their projects. And lastly, experts who will accompany all the others and needs also tools to be used to assess the sustainability of different contexts.
That's quite a broad ecosystem of users.
It is.
I like it because it bridges funders, practitioners, experts. So the level of Urbanaa's customization is what sets it apart from existing models.
That's where it's very innovative. Usually you have grids that are already set and people will be using this grid for all of the contexts. However, urban agriculture is very diverse. There's a lot of different contexts. You can find it everywhere, on the ground, on the roof, on soil, and different objectives. So it's really the grid is being able to adapt it to each context and to the objectives of each. For example, the funders will look for social projects and he will be using different indicators. So that's where we're using a database that's been validated of several hundred indicators coming from scientific literature, but also from the field, from what people are using today. And so they still want to use them. And that's why we've been conceiving all this, also the process, because the whole point of Urbanaa is that even if you start, you don't know anything, it will help you go step by step until you get it and you can find your tool at the end, which is really your own, and also you've been building your expertise.
How does Urbanaa fit into the FoodCityBoost broader framework?
So FoodCityBoost project, of course, is a much larger project, but part of it is really developing a suite of tools and frameworks to support urban agriculture at the different levels, from the local project level up to the regional and even European level. So we're really at the small scale, at the project scale, and it is so site-specific tool will be used complementing the other decision tools that are being developed, even up to policy framework. So yeah, we're really part of it. But we're using the same approach throughout FoodCityBoost, which is a transdisciplinary, stakeholder-driven approach. And in our case, that's why we've been using co-design from the get-go.
So you mentioned that Urbanaa is being co-designed with stakeholders. What has the feedback been like so far from your early testers in France?
So we're quite happy because the first test we did with the alpha version, the people were really happy with it. Of course, we did have some changes to do. They wanted to be able to go back to their choices without going from the beginning again. So we made possibilities to go back and then forwards, or to erase some indicators. And also there's another things which we haven't really tackled yet, but will be later. It's having your own profile. So you can create your profile and you can come back and create new projects and new analysis. So this is what we'll be doing when we're happy to have a developer who is coming for 6 months, next month now.
That's great. Where are you now in the development timeline, since you mentioned it, and when can people expect to access Urbanaa?
So, crossing fingers, but for the time being, it's on closed alpha, which means it's on a computer, and we bring the computer to the people. So our goal is to have a public release, we're saying February 2026. So developer will be working on the beta version, which will be released in English, and then a bit later we'll have the French versions, and maybe we'll have tweaks will be done, and so a new Beta 2 Gamma version. I don't know how you call it.
And finally, looking a bit further ahead, how do you envision Urbanaa shaping the future of urban agriculture once it's fully launched and in use across different regions?
So let's be ambitious, right?
Okay.
So we'll be disseminating a bit. We'll be talking about Urbanaa after it's been launched during different webinars and online and international congress. And we hope it will become a cornerstone for measuring and improving sustainability in urban agriculture. And it can also be the methodology is also interesting and innovative, and it can be used for other things. So we hope it will help cities, practitioners, and different stakeholders, and even maybe who knows, policymakers, to inform decisions and demonstrate how to improve urban agriculture for a more resilient future.
That's an inspiring takeaway. Agnès, thank you so much for joining us and for driving such meaningful innovation through FoodCityBoost.
Thank you.
Thank you all for tuning in. If you want to follow FoodCityBoost journey, don't forget to follow us on social media. See you next time.
FoodCityBoost, unlocking Europe's urban farming potential.